Tonight you are invited to drift beyond the edges of our familiar world, to a quiet realm where stars breathe and time moves like a soft tide. In this gentle story, we'll travel together into the calm darkness between galaxies toward a faint glimmer that has crossed 2 million years of silence to reach your eyes. Its name is Andromeda. As your breathing slows and your thoughts grow lighter, imagine yourself floating weightlessly beneath that ancient light. Let every word become a constellation, every pause a doorway into wonder, until the universe itself begins to whisper you to sleep. The night opens like a slow breath. Above the quiet earth, the sky unfolds vast, cool, and endless. A single faint blur lingers there, barely visible, as though it were shy of the human gaze. That blur is the Andromeda Galaxy, our nearest great neighbor in the cosmic sea. To most eyes, it seems no more than a smudge of light, fragile and uncertain. Yet within it burns the radiance of over 1 trillion suns. If you stand beneath a dark, moonless sky, far from the hum of cities, you can find it. You may need a moment for your vision to adjust, for your mind to still. Then, slowly, like a secret being revealed, it appears, a tiny oval cloud, glowing softly in the black. That glow began its journey long before there were eyes to see it, before the first sparks of human thought, or the warmth of a single fire on Earth. Every photon that reaches you tonight has been traveling for more than 2 million years. It left its star when our ancestors were little more than silhouettes walking across the plains of Africa. That light has crossed the cold, empty space between galaxies, untouched by time, unbent by noise. Now, after its endless pilgrimage, it brushes gently against your retinas and turns into wonder. Andromeda is not just a galaxy. It is a story written in light. Each shimmer within its pale arms carries a tale. A sun being born, a star collapsing, a cloud of dust glowing where new worlds are forming. It is a place of unending creation, a silent city of light whose streets are millions of years long. If you could stand within it, you would see rivers of starlight flowing through cosmic darkness, spiraling gracefully around a glowing heart. You would hear no sound, yet you might feel a rhythm, a pulse, a slow heartbeat that mirrors your own. The galaxy turns not in haste, but with patience. One full revolution takes hundreds of millions of years, yet nothing is lost. Every particle of dust, every spark of light has its place in the eternal dance. From Earth, Andromeda is our reflection in the mirror of the universe. When we gaze upon it, we are looking at a version of what we are and what we might become. Galaxies are not static, they are alive. They grow, collide, renew. They breathe through gravity and time. Just as we evolve through love, loss, and rediscovery, the cosmos reshapes itself in the same quiet rhythm. Some nights, when the wind stills and the horizon fades, it is possible to forget the noise of the world, to simply exist in the company of stars. The faint light above seems delicate, yet it has survived the rise and fall of continents, the birth of oceans, and the dreams of countless generations. It is light that refuses to die, a gentle insistence that beauty endures even in darkness. If you close your eyes now, imagine floating upward. The ground loosens its hold, and your body becomes weightless. You drift past clouds, past the thin blue skin of the atmosphere, until Earth is a soft marble below you. The stars unfold in every direction, cold, clear, and infinite. In that silence, You can almost hear them breathing. You turn your gaze toward that pale blur, the one you know by name now. Andromeda waits there, not as a destination, but as a promise that even across the greatest distances, light always finds its way. For centuries, poets have written of heaven, of eternal cities, of unreachable realms. Yet what lies above us each night is grander and gentler than any paradise imagined by man. It asks for nothing. It gives itself freely, endlessly to those who look up. You are part of that same story. The atoms within your body, carbon, iron, oxygen, were once inside a star like those that shine in Andromeda. You are in every sense made of starlight. To look upon that faint glow is to look at your own reflection stretched across space and time. Let that thought settle in your chest. Let it slow your breathing. Inhale deeply as if drawing in the quiet of the night. Exhale softly, releasing all weight and worry. The universe is vast, but it is also gentle. It has carried light for millions of years just to meet you here in this moment of stillness. Andromeda's light is patient. It does not rush. It simply travels forward, steady and true, like a lullaby sung across eternity. And tonight, as you listen, you are part of that song, your heartbeat blending with the pulse of distant suns. If your eyelids begin to grow heavy, that is all right. The stars will keep watch for you. The light that began before time will continue long after dreams take you. You are safe in its glow, suspended in the quiet grace of the cosmos. And as you rest beneath the canopy of endless night, remember the same universe that stirs your curiosity also cradles your sleep. If you felt a moment of peace in this journey beneath the stars, if the whisper of Andromeda has brought calm to your heart, you can help more souls find this stillness too. Subscribe to Gentle Sleep Stories, where each night a new voyage of starlight awaits, guiding you gently toward dreams. The faint glow of Andromeda still lingers behind your closed eyes, a soft imprint of light carried from the first chapter of this journey. You remember standing beneath that quiet sky, the hum of the earth fading, your breath slow and even. Now we drift closer, not in distance, but in understanding. For what appears as a single shimmer in the dark is in truth a river of light flowing patiently through the ocean of time. And tonight, we follow that river back to its source. Imagine it now, a single beam of light leaving its home. It begins in the heart of Andromeda, where stars are born in vast clouds of glowing gas. The light bursts forth from the surface of a sun, perhaps twice the size of ours, brilliant, fierce, and young. Around it, cosmic dust swirls like mist, and nearby stars shimmer in silent chorus. Then this beam of light, no wider than a thought, begins its journey through the galaxy, weaving past clusters, drifting through open voids, sliding between the spiral arms. It moves without sound, without pause, untouched by the ages that pass. Around it, entire civilizations may rise and fall, yet it continues forward unchanged. It is constant motion and complete peace, the paradox of the cosmos. After thousands of years, it slips beyond Andromeda's edge, into the vast space between galaxies. An emptiness so deep that even light seems to travel within a dream. There, darkness is not the absence of life, but its deepest cradle. It is filled with the faint whisper of creation, the background hum of the Big Bang still echoing faintly across the universe. Our beam of light crosses this space slowly, steadily, carrying the message of its star across a gulf that the human mind can scarcely hold. 2 million years. That is how long it takes for this beam to reach us. 2 million years of silent travel through nothingness. Imagine what has passed in that time. When this light began its journey, Earth was young in its awakening. The first sparks of human awareness were just beginning to flicker in the minds of our distant ancestors. The mountains had not yet worn the shapes we know. Ice still stretched across much of the world, and the constellations we name today had no meaning then, only scattered lights above creatures who looked up and wondered. Yet the light kept coming. It crossed eons without haste, never dimming, never turning back. And when it finally brushed against the surface of our atmosphere, it scattered gently through layers of air, meeting eyes that could at last see and understand. What was once an ancient secret became a visible miracle, a connection between two galaxies across time itself. Pause for a moment and think about that. The light now touching your eyes is older than humanity, older than history. It began long before the first stories were ever told around fire. That faint shimmer in the night is a messenger from a time when the world was silent and raw, carrying across the universe a simple truth, that even in the vastness of space, nothing beautiful is ever lost. If you could hold that light in your hand, it would feel weightless. Yet within it lies the memory of creation, the energy of a star's birth, the tremor of atoms colliding, the warmth of fusion, turning darkness into glow. You cannot grasp it yet. It touches you completely. Now imagine yourself drifting alongside it. You are not bound by time or body. You are a traveler moving with this ancient light, gliding through the quiet between galaxies. There is no up, no down, only motion. The stars around you shimmer like pearls floating in black water. Occasionally a streak of dust glints like silver as it passes. Everything moves slowly, gracefully. The silence here is not empty, it is whole. It is peace itself. You realize then that this light is more than illumination. It is memory, persistence, faith. It teaches that patience is the truest strength, that beauty does not fade when it is unseen. The light never doubted it would reach someone somewhere. And now, tonight, it has reached you. You can feel its warmth even from this distance. It hums softly in your thoughts like a quiet song without words. Its rhythm matches your breathing in, out, steady and calm. You are part of its journey now. You are its witness and its destination. If you listen carefully, you might sense the echoes of the ages it has crossed. The birth cries of stars, the soft sigh of galaxies expanding, the deep pulse of gravity shaping everything into motion. All of it resonates in that one beam, the simplest form of light, a thread connecting all that was, is, and will be. Scientists call it a photon, but tonight it is a story. A story of endurance, of silence, and distance, of love, written in the language of physics. Andromeda sends out countless such stories each second, scattering them like seeds into the universe. Some will never find eyes to receive them. But this one, this single beam, has found you. As it rests now upon your vision, let it remind you that even the smallest glimmer can survive the longest night. That your own heart, though small in the scale of the cosmos, is made of the same matter, the same starlight, the same eternal motion. Breathe again. Feel how your chest rises and falls, as if in rhythm with the galaxies themselves. You are not separate from them. The air in your lungs, the blood in your veins, the thoughts that drift through your mind, all are echoes of the same ancient energy that first sparked this light into being. In the dark, you are not alone. You are surrounded by the quiet company of stars that have waited patiently to be seen. Their light falls across you like a gentle hand, reminding you that everything in the universe moves together, even when apart. And so the light of Andromeda continues, steady, unhurried, passing through you, through me, through everything that breathes. It will keep moving long after this night ends, carrying its message of calm through the endless distance. As you rest beneath that sky, imagine yourself glowing softly, your soul a mirror to that ancient beam. The journey of light is also your journey to move forward quietly and with purpose, no matter how far the road may seem. If this story has carried you even a little further into stillness, if it has helped your mind float gently between the stars, remember, every night holds another story waiting to unfold. Subscribe to Gentle Sleep Stories to keep drifting through the quiet universe, one whisper of light at a time. The light from Andromeda still glows softly in your thoughts, as if your mind has kept a trace of it while you drifted between sleep and wonder. You remember its 2 million-year journey, the beam that crossed the void to find you. Now, we follow that light back to its home, to the place it was born, to the galaxy itself. In the stillness of the night, imagine your awareness traveling outward again, carried by that same beam of light returning to its origin. As you move closer, the faint blur you once saw from Earth begins to open, revealing its true form. Andromeda unfolds before you, vast and alive. It is no longer a distant smudge, but a grand spiral city suspended in darkness. Its arms stretch across 200,000 light years, curling gracefully around a golden core that blazes like a sun made of suns. From afar it looks peaceful, yet within it billions of stars are being born, burning and fading in an endless rhythm. You feel as though you are standing at the edge of something sacred, the architecture of creation itself. Each spiral arm is a river of light. The stars flow along it like sparks in slow motion, their collective glow forming bright lanes that wind outward through space. Between them drift clouds of dust and gas as shadowed places where new stars are quietly taking shape. Through these clouds, the light filters in soft hues of pink and gold, giving the galaxy a gentle pulse. You can almost feel it breathing. If you listen closely, you might imagine a faint hum, not of sound, but of harmony. It is the rhythm of motion, the whisper of gravity weaving the galaxy together. Every star, every fragment of dust moves in response to that unseen music. From the smallest flicker of light to the colossal suns burning blue and fierce, all are part of the same cosmic dance. And as you watch, you sense that this dance has been going on for billions of years, unchanged, and yet always new. You drift closer to one of the spiral arms. It is a place of light and shadow, of creation and quiet. Within the dark lanes of dust lie nurseries of stars, the raw material of future worlds. These clouds are vast beyond comprehension, yet delicate as silk, glowing faintly where starlight brushes against them. Here, hydrogen gathers in invisible waves, condensing slowly until gravity ignites its core. A new sun is born. It bursts into brilliance, lighting up its surroundings like dawn breaking over a cosmic sea. The newborn stars are blue and bright, young and restless. They live quickly, burning through their fuel, in only a few million years before collapsing into supernovae that scatter heavy elements across space. Their deaths become the seeds of new stars, new planets, new stories. And so the spiral arm is not merely a shape, it is a living river where birth and death flow together in perfect balance. From this distance, you can see how the galaxy holds itself together. The outer stars circle slowly while the inner regions spin faster, yet the entire structure remains in harmony. Invisible forces, gravity motion, and the mysterious presence of dark matter keep the spiral arms steady. They are not fixed, but waves, patterns of density moving through the disk like ripples in a pond. Where these ripples pass, stars gather and ignite. When they move on, the space behind them grows calm again. Imagine standing there somewhere among those countless suns, perhaps on a small world circling one of them, where a sky of silver light stretches from horizon to horizon. Nights would never be truly dark. The heavens would shimmer with the glow of neighboring stars, so numerous they would blur together. The air, if there were any, would be thick with the radiance of nearby suns. It would feel as though you lived inside a dream made of light. And yet, despite its size and majesty, Andromeda feels peaceful. Its movements are vast, but never chaotic. Everything turns slowly, predictably, as though the entire galaxy were following a single steady breath. You find yourself breathing with it deep and slow, as your heartbeat falls into rhythm with its rotation. In this harmony, time begins to stretch. Minutes feel like centuries, and centuries like the blink of an eye. There is a serenity here that words can barely hold. Perhaps it is because from this distance, the divisions of life, yesterday, tomorrow, here, there, no longer matter. Everything is one motion, one continuity. You are part of the same spiral, turning quietly through the dark. You too have a gravity, a center, a path that curves gently through the space of your own life. As you drift through Andromeda's arms, you begin to sense its balance of order and chaos. Some regions are smooth and bright, others tangled and shadowed. There are collisions between clouds, pockets of turbulence, sparks of energy that burst like lightning through gas. Yet somehow these imperfections create beauty. The galaxy is not perfect, but it is whole. Its elegance lies not in symmetry, but in its willingness to change. You notice how light scatters differently here. Near the core it is golden and soft, the glow of ancient suns that have burned steadily for eons. Farther out, the light turns blue and youthful, a sign of new stars still learning to shine. Between them lies a gradient, a story told in color, the evolution of light itself. You realize that you are witnessing time stretched across space, seeing the past and future of stars all at once. As your gaze moves outward again, the spiral arms seem to drift around you like great slow-moving tides. Beyond them, a halo of faint stars fades gradually into the intergalactic dark. Somewhere out there lies the Milky Way, our home galaxy, turning in silent anticipation of the day these two giants will meet. But that story belongs to another night. For now, you simply float in the calm of Andromeda, letting its spiral embrace. Cradle your thoughts. If you close your eyes, you can still feel its motion, a circular rhythm patient and eternal. The galaxy spins not to reach a destination, but because motion itself is its nature. Perhaps that is the secret of the universe, that to exist is to move, and to move is to shine. Let that truth settle into you like warmth. The same pattern that shapes this galaxy also shapes the quiet cycles of your own being, your inhale and exhale, your waking and rest, your moments of creation and stillness. You are a smaller version of the same design, a spiral of light and shadow turning gently within a greater whole. And as Andromeda continues to spin, you drift in its harmony, carried by the same invisible currents that guide every star. The night feels softer now, deeper, as though you are no longer outside looking in, but inside the great spiral itself. Somewhere far away, the beam of light you once followed still travels through the void, reaching other eyes, other hearts. And here within this vast celestial home, you rest, one soul among the stars, held in the quiet gravity of the universe's oldest rhythm. The spiral of Andromeda still turns in your thoughts, its arms winding softly through the silence of space. You remember how its vast rivers of stars glowed in every hue, from the tender gold of the ancient to the bright blue of the newborn. As we move deeper into the galaxy now, the light begins to tell its stories. Every star, every shimmer, every flicker that reaches your mind carries a memory of birth, of transformation, of endings that are never truly endings. Tonight, we listen to the stories written in starlight. Imagine drifting through one of Andromeda's luminous arms. Around you, a quiet storm of creation unfolds. Clouds of hydrogen and dust drift together, thickening until gravity takes hold. In their hearts, pressure builds, heat rises, and for the briefest moment in cosmic time, something extraordinary happens. A star ignites. From the cold silence, fire is born. A single spark that will burn for billions of years, illuminating worlds that may never know they exist. Each new star begins as a whisper in the dark. For countless millennia, it gathers strength, pulling dust and light toward itself, until it can no longer remain silent. When it finally shines, it changes everything around it. The nearby clouds glow pink and blue, lit by the fierce breath of the newborn sun. Its light ripples outward through the spiral arm, adding another note to the galaxy's quiet symphony. But even in their brilliance, stars are not eternal. Like all living things, they have a rhythm, a beginning, a middle, and a return to stillness. Some live gently, fading over trillions of years, as small red embers in the cosmic dark. Others burn fast and fierce, living only a few million years before collapsing into brilliant explosions that scatter their essence across the galaxy. It is through these endings that new beginnings arise, for the dust and gas released by dying stars become the seeds of new ones. As you watch this endless cycle of creation and release, you begin to understand the galaxy not as a static thing, but as a living being, a vast organism of light and motion. Its heartbeat is measured not in seconds, but in eons. Every flicker of starlight you see is part of its slow, graceful breathing. If you could stand on a world circling one of these distant suns, your sky would blaze with brilliance. Instead of a few scattered stars, you would see thousands, each casting long threads of light across your night. It would be like living inside a dream, a place where the darkness is never complete, and silence hums softly with the echo of creation. Now let your thoughts drift toward the center of Andromeda, where the stars crowd closer together. Here, the light grows golden and warm, the color of memory. These are the oldest suns, ancient beyond reckoning. They have burned steadily since the galaxy's youth, their flames calm and unwavering. Around them, time feels thick, almost sacred. It is as though they remember everything, the births and deaths of generations of stars, the slow unfolding of the spiral, the quiet turning of the universe itself. In their glow, you can sense the history of the cosmos. These old stars are storytellers, their light carrying the records of all that came before. When you gaze upon them, you are seeing more than energy. You are seeing memory itself. Their soft light is a message written across billions of years, reminding you that even in change, there is continuity. And yet for every serene ancient sun, there are stars still young and restless, burning blue at the edges of the spiral arms. They live quickly, pouring out their energy with reckless joy. In their light you see the universe's passion, its boundless drive to create, to shine, to exist. Their brilliance is brief, but it is never wasted. When they die, they explode in spectacular bursts of color, scattering new elements across space, iron for the blood of future creatures, carbon for the bones of future worlds, gold for the dust that will someday settle in new suns. Each explosion is both a farewell and a gift. The remnants drift outward, cooling and merging with the gas around them. Slowly, new stars will form, inheriting the materials of their ancestors. This is the quiet miracle of the universe. Nothing is lost. Every particle, every atom, every breath of light is recycled into new creation. In this cycle, you may see a reflection of your own life. You too are built from the ashes of ancient stars. The calcium in your bones, the iron in your blood, the oxygen that fills your lungs, all were born in long-forgotten suns. You are quite literally the universe remembering itself. When you breathe, the stars breathe through you. When you close your eyes, their light continues within you. Take a moment to let that truth settle deep inside. You are not separate from the galaxy you admire. You are its continuation, its living echo. The same fire that burns in Andromeda's core glows quietly in your chest, steady and enduring. Every heartbeat is a small echo of that greater pulse, a rhythm written into the structure of existence itself. As you drift among these stars, you begin to notice how they form clusters, families of light bound together by gravity. Some are tight and compact, shining like jeweled beads. Others stretch across space like rivers of luminescence. Within each cluster, the stars orbit one another in slow, intricate patterns, as if engaged in a timeless waltz. Their motion is so smooth, so certain, that you can almost hear it, a low hum that vibrates not in your ears, but in your soul. In the far distance, you can see where the spiral arm curves back toward the galactic center. Between its lanes of light, dark ribbons of dust twist like smoke, beautiful in their quiet shadow. These dark regions are not empty. They are the wombs of new creation. Within them, invisible to the eye, hydrogen gathers once more, preparing for another birth. The cycle continues without pause, graceful and infinite. You realize then that the true story of Andromeda is not about stars at all. It is about renewal. It is about the persistence of light, the way it always finds new forms, new homes, new ways to shine. Just as night always becomes morning, darkness always yields to brightness, and silence always hums with hidden music. As you let your imagination wander through these spirals of life and light, you begin to feel the same rhythm stirring within yourself. The rise and fall of your breath, the pulse in your chest, the quiet expansion and contraction of your thoughts, all mirror the breathing of the stars. You are part of that harmony woven from the same fabric. So rest now, knowing that even in stillness you are moving with the galaxies. Even in sleep you are glowing faintly with the light of ages. Andromeda's stars will continue their endless story, just as your dreams will continue theirs. In this shared rhythm of light and silence, you are home. The stories of Andromeda's stars still echo in your mind like soft waves against the shore of sleep. You can almost feel their warmth fading behind your eyes, a faint hum of light and memory. But now the vision drifts gently back toward Earth, back to the place where curious eyes once lifted to the same faint blur you saw in the night sky. Before telescopes, before science could name it, before we even understood what a galaxy was, there were people who simply looked up and wondered. This is where our story continues, with the moment humanity first saw Andromeda and began to dream about what it might be. Imagine the ancient world, a time before electricity, before city lights dimmed the heavens. The sky was a vast, untouched ocean of stars stretching in every direction. Shepherds, travelers, and poets stood beneath it in silence, tracing the constellations with their eyes. Among them was a faint patch of light, almost invisible unless the night was clear. They called it the Little Cloud, a mysterious presence within the constellation of Andromeda. To them it was neither star nor planet, neither comet nor flame. It was something in between, a whisper from the unknown. For centuries, people carried that mystery quietly in their hearts. Some believed it was a cluster of stars, others a divine sign. To the Persians, it was part of the chain of Andromeda, binding a mythical princess to the heavens. To Greek astronomers, it was a cloudy star, a smudge of unformed light in an otherwise ordered sky. No one could explain it. And yet, generation after generation, they continued to look at it, to draw it in their star charts, to write poems about its pale beauty. They did not know it, but they were already looking beyond their own galaxy, already reaching with their eyes and their faith toward infinity. Centuries passed. The world changed. Telescopes were invented, and the night sky grew closer. In the 17th and 18th century, astronomers turned their fragile lenses toward that faint glow and saw something astonishing. It was not a single star, but a swirling cloud of countless tiny points of light. They named it the Great Andromeda Nebula, believing it to be a cloud within our own Milky Way. Yet even then, a few began to wonder if it might be something more. Through the next 200 years, that question quietly persisted. Astronomers sketched it, measured its faint light, and argued endlessly about what it was. Some claimed it was a forming solar system. Others thought it was a distant star cluster. But a few, those rare dreamers who could feel the vastness beyond numbers, suspected that the truth was far greater. Then, in the early 20th century, one man decided to find out. His name was Edwin Hubble, and his telescope stood high above the smog and city lights at Mount Wilson Observatory in California. On a cold, clear night, he aimed it toward that same faint cloud known for millennia. The glass and steel of his great telescope gathered the ancient light, focusing it into sharpness. And what he saw changed humanity's understanding of the universe forever. Inside the haze of Andromeda, Hubble found tiny pulsing stars, Cepheid variables, whose brightness rose and fell in a perfect rhythm. Their steady heartbeat was the key to measuring distance. When he calculated how far away they were, the answer defied everything known at the time. The stars were not inside the Milky Way. They were far, far beyond it, millions of light years away. That single realization shattered centuries of certainty. The universe, once thought to be small and enclosed, suddenly expanded beyond imagination. Humanity discovered that our galaxy was not the whole of creation, but just one among countless others scattered through the cosmos. The Milky Way became a single island in a vast starry ocean, and Andromeda, our nearest great neighbor, was the first other island we ever found. Think of the silence in that observatory when Hubble first understood what he was seeing. The faint shimmer on his photographic plate was a message from another galaxy light that had traveled for millions of years to reach his telescope. In that moment, the universe opened. What had once been mystery became revelation. News of his discovery spread slowly, but its meaning was profound. It rewrote not only science, but the human story. For the first time, people could truly imagine the scale of the cosmos. The stars they saw at night were no longer the edge of everything. They were only the beginning. Andromeda became a symbol of possibility, proof that creation was larger, older, and more mysterious than anyone had ever dreamed. As you listen to this, imagine standing beside Hubble that night. The telescope hums softly as it tracks the sky. The air is cold, and the darkness feels alive. Then, faintly through glass and silver and patience, you see it, a delicate spiral drifting in the void. Its light glows gently, not fierce like a star, but deep as if it knows something we do not. You realize that what you are seeing is not just distant, it is ancient. That light left Andromeda when early humans were still lighting their first fires. And now, after ages of silence, it rests upon your eyes. It's humbling, isn't it? To think that for all our progress, all our searching, the universe was always there, patient and complete, waiting only for us to notice. And when we finally did, it did not resist our curiosity. It opened itself like a flower under starlight, revealing its depth with gentle grace. Since that night, telescopes have grown stronger, satellites have been launched, and our maps of the heavens have filled with hundreds of billions of galaxies. Yet Andromeda remains special, the first, the one that taught us humility and wonder in equal measure. When you think of those ancient watchers, the shepherds, the poets, the astronomers, remember that their eyes saw the same light you see tonight. Their questions are our questions. Their awe is our inheritance. The universe that astonished them continues to astonish us. And perhaps that is the greatest gift of all, that no matter how much we learn, mystery endures. The cosmos keeps its balance between knowledge and wonder, between what is explained and what is simply felt. So, as you rest now beneath your own quiet sky, know that the same light touches you as it did them. You are part of this long, unbroken chain of wonder stretching across millennia, a thread of curiosity connecting every human heart that ever looked up and whispered, "What is that light?" It is still the same question, and it is still beautiful. The night of Edwin Hubble's revelation still lingers in your mind, the quiet hum of the telescope, the cold air on the mountaintop, and that breathtaking truth that the universe was larger than anyone had ever dreamed. From the edge of discovery, your imagination now drifts back to Andromeda itself, to the shining heart of the galaxy, whose light inspired wonder across ages. The spiral arms that once encircled you like rivers of starlight now lead inward toward a single radiant core. There, at the center of it all, lies the beating heart of Andromeda. As you approach, the glow becomes a sunrise within the dark. It is not a single point, but a sea of light, warm and golden. The closer you move, the more the brilliance softens, revealing depth and quiet texture. Billions of ancient suns fill this region, burning steadily in calm harmony. They are old, so old that many were born when the universe itself was still young and raw. These are not the blue, impatient stars of the outer arms. They are wise, steady beacons, their fire subdued to the color of candlelight. From a distance, the core appears tranquil. But within the stars are densely packed so many that in some places the night would never come. If you stood on a planet orbiting one of those suns, your sky would be filled with light. Thousands of stars would gleam around you, bright as lanterns scattered through golden mist. Shadows would barely exist. Day and night would blend into one eternal twilight of warmth and radiance. There is something deeply human about this place. It feels familiar, like the glow of a fireplace on a winter evening, or the light that fills a church at dawn. It is gentle, not overwhelming. It reminds you of safety, of something ancient and sacred, older even than memory. Here, time moves differently. It does not rush forward, but unfolds like a long exhale. You can almost hear the slow turning of ages, the whisper of centuries passing without haste. In the very center of this brilliance, the light swirls more tightly, as though drawn inward by an unseen hand. The stars move faster here, orbiting something invisible yet powerful. Astronomers peering into Andromeda's core discovered that these rapid motions betray a hidden presence, a supermassive black hole millions of times heavier than the Sun. Though it cannot be seen, its influence shapes everything around it. Think of it: at the center of one of the brightest places in the universe lies a perfect darkness. Not a darkness of evil or absence, but one of mystery and gravity. A silence so complete that even light cannot escape. And yet around that silence, everything thrives. Stars dance at its edge, moving in precise, graceful orbits. Clouds of gas spiral inward, glowing as they fall. The black hole is not destruction, it is balance. It holds the galaxy together, giving order to its chaos. If you could stand near that heart and listen, not with ears, but with the deeper sense of your soul, you might hear a low hum, the rhythm of creation and collapse intertwined. It would sound like eternity breathing. The golden core would pulse around you like a living organism, its warmth seeping into you until you could no longer tell where you ended and the galaxy began. Andromeda's heart is not still. It has known storms and changes over billions of years. Astronomers believe that long ago, two galaxies collided and merged, leaving behind this luminous hub of stars. Perhaps that is why there are whispers of two black holes here, orbiting one another in an immense, slow waltz. If true, they are locked in a dance so vast that it could last for millions of years before they finally embrace as one. Imagine the quiet grace of such a union, two invisible forces circling through eternity, their movement unseen, yet felt across space and time. All around this central region, the galaxy glows in soft gradients of light. The stars closest to the core are the most ancient fossils of creation that have been shining since before Earth existed. Farther out, newer generations take their place, born from the ashes of those that came before. The golden glow of the core is not just beauty. It is memory made visible. Every ray of light carries the history of the cosmos, the story of matter transformed again and again, until it becomes the soft radiance that now brushes against your imagination. If you let your mind wander within that golden light, you might begin to see yourself reflected there. The human heart too carries its own gravity, its own hidden center, where memories and longings converge. It holds light and darkness together, balancing joy and sorrow, hope and loss. Like the galaxy's core, your heart is shaped not by perfection but by the gentle tension between creation and stillness. Breathe deeply now. Feel the warmth of Andromeda's center flowing into you, not heat but a quiet glow, steady and calm. Each breath you take is like the rhythm of the stars orbiting that unseen gravity, each heartbeat an echo of the galaxy's slow pulse. You are not separate from this grand design. You are woven into it. The same laws that shape galaxies guide your own existence. The same forces that hold stars in orbit hold your soul in place. Even here, 2 million light-years away, there is connection. The light from these ancient stars travels across space to touch your eyes, to remind you that nothing truly ends. The stars that fade give birth to new ones. The energy that leaves one place finds another. In every cycle, there is renewal. The golden core of Andromeda is both a monument to what has been and a promise of what is yet to come. As you drift away from the center, the glow fades into softer hues. The spiral arms stretch outward again, blue and white and silver, young stars blazing against the dark. But even as you leave, the warmth of the core stays with you like the lingering memory of a candle after it has gone out. The heart of Andromeda continues to burn serene and eternal. It asks for nothing, demands nothing. It simply shines because that is what it was made to do. And perhaps in the quiet of your own life, that is what you are made to do as well, to hold light within you and let it reach outward, no matter how vast the distance. As the galaxy turns slowly in the distance once more, the golden heart recedes into the calm of night. You are left with its peace, its quiet strength, its reminder that even in the deepest darkness, there is always a center of light guiding you home. The memory of Andromeda's golden heart still lingers, a quiet, glowing warmth that seems to pulse gently behind your eyes. You remember the serene light, the patient turning of billions of stars around a hidden center of gravity. Yet as the galaxy spins in its slow, elegant motion, not all within it is calm. Beneath the harmony lies a story of struggle, of change, of collisions that shaped its beauty. Every spiral, Every beam of starlight carries traces of what once was. And tonight, we drift through those ancient scars of light to listen to what they have to say. At first, everything looks peaceful. From a distance, Andromeda's arms sweep across the dark like ribbons of silk. But as you move closer, you begin to see faint distortions, subtle bends in the spiral, soft ripples frozen in motion. These are not imperfections. They are memories written across the fabric of the galaxy. They are echoes of long-ago encounters of other galaxies that once wandered too close, drawn by the irresistible pull of gravity. Billions of years ago, Andromeda was not the smooth, graceful form you see now. It was younger, restless, and still finding its shape. Smaller galaxies surrounded it, tiny companions orbiting like moths around a flame. Some drifted too near. Gravity, that quiet sculptor of the universe, reached out and pulled them in. Stars tore loose from their homes, scattering across the void. Streams of light stretched behind them like ghostly trails. Their glowing remnants still drift through Andromeda's halo, faint and delicate, like the afterimage of dreams long forgotten. If you look carefully through a telescope, you can still see these tidal streams, thin arcs of starlight curving around the main disk. Each one tells the story of a galaxy that no longer exists, absorbed and reborn within Andromeda's body. It is a cosmic form of memory, a record of creation through loss. The beauty you see today was not born from stillness but from movement, not from peace, but from the quiet aftermath of chaos. The outer halo of Andromeda is filled with these ghosts. Some of the stars that shine faintly there were born in other galaxies, entirely captured and carried into this one. They travel on long, looping orbits, never fully blending in like ancient wanderers who still remember another sky. Yet even they are part of the greater whole, woven into the galaxy's luminous fabric by time. You might imagine these collisions as violent, but the truth is far gentler. In the vastness of space, stars are so far apart that even when galaxies meet, they rarely collide directly. Instead, they pass through each other like waves, their shapes bending and stretching in slow motion. It is a kind of cosmic embrace, destructive, yes, but also creative. What looks like ruin from afar becomes renewal when viewed through the lens of eternity. As you drift through the disk, you can feel that history written everywhere. The faint warp of Andromeda's arms, the way its light bends slightly at the edges, the subtle imbalance in its spiral, all of it whispers of those ancient meetings. The galaxy has scars, but they are beautiful ones. They are the marks of survival, of transformation, of change, endured and accepted. Even the central heart you saw before the golden core owes part of its existence to those encounters. Long ago, when another galaxy merged with Andromeda, their cores likely collided too, their black holes drawn together by mutual gravity. The stars around them rearranged, forming the dense, radiant cluster you saw at the center. What was once two became one. What was once chaos became harmony. From afar, Andromeda's history might seem distant and unreachable. But if you look closely, you may sense how familiar it feels. Humanity too carries its own invisible collisions, moments when lives met, clashed, and changed forever. Like galaxies, we merge, we lose, we reshape ourselves. Our scars become our beauty. Our history becomes our light. Imagine drifting now along one of Andromeda's faint stellar streams. The stars here are old and thinly scattered, moving quietly through the dark. Each one was once part of something else, a smaller system, a forgotten world. Now they are part of something greater, shining together though separated by endless miles. Their light is gentle, unhurried. It feels like the sigh of the universe itself, long and deep and forgiving. Far below the spiral arms continue their slow rotation. Young stars burn, blue clouds of dust ripple with soft radiance. It is a contrast, the old and the new, the calm and the restless. But this too is the language of the cosmos. Everything in balance, everything moving toward unity, no matter how many collisions it takes to get there. There is a quiet truth here. Beauty is rarely born without change. Andromeda's elegance, its perfect spiral symmetry, exists only because of the chaos that shaped it. If the smaller galaxies had never drifted too close, if the collisions had never occurred, this masterpiece of light might never have formed. The universe creates by letting go, by allowing what is old to dissolve into what is becoming. Pause for a moment and breathe that in. You too are made from the same principle. The person you are now exists because of the collisions in your own life. The moments that broke you open, the experiences that stretched your heart until it became wide enough to hold more light. Like Andromeda, you are both scarred and beautiful, both the result of struggle and the expression of grace. As your mind drifts through this thought, imagine the galaxy turning slowly beneath you. From above it looks serene again, its scars invisible against the backdrop of the cosmos. But you know they're there, written deep within the light, hidden in the way the stars curve ever so slightly off-center. The galaxy does not hide its past. It shines because of it. If you could speak to Andromeda, perhaps it would tell you that perfection is not the absence of scars, but the wisdom of carrying them gracefully. That light shines brightest where darkness once was. That everything broken can be made whole again, not by erasing what happened, but by embracing it fully. The stars continue to turn their faint trails, crossing the dark like brush strokes on an ancient canvas. Andromeda glows patient and complete, its scars shimmering softly beneath the surface of its light. And as you drift away, you realize that these scars are not wounds at all. They are constellations of memory, guiding lights that remind the universe and you of what it took to become so quietly magnificent. The story of Andromeda's scars still echoes in your mind like a faint melody, a song of loss and renewal carried through the dark. You remember how galaxies once brushed against each other, their shapes bending their stars, scattering like petals in a silent wind. Now, as you drift farther into the quiet edges of Andromeda, that melody changes. The great spiral begins to fade behind you, and the light softens until only a few lonely stars remain. These are the forgotten ones, the travelers, the exiles, the stars that were not born here, but found their way home through the long pull of gravity. In the dim expanse of the galactic halo, the air, or what would be air if space could breathe, feels thinner, colder. The silence deepens, and the light of each star seems more precious. You are far beyond the crowded arms now, in a place where isolation reigns. Here the stars drift alone, far apart from one another, like distant thoughts that have wandered too far to return. Some burn faintly red, some flicker white, others glimmer blue, like distant tears. Each one carries a story of where it came from and how it was drawn into this quiet kingdom of exile. Long ago, these stars belonged to smaller galaxies that dared to wander too near to Andromeda. Her gravity, ancient and patient, reached out and took them. They were pulled from their homes, torn from their companions, and flung into new orbits. For millions of years they wandered through the void, lost between galaxies until they settled into Andromeda's halo. Now they float like soft lanterns in the cosmic dark, keeping silent company with one another. If you could listen closely, not with ears, but with the deeper sense of feeling, you might hear the echo of their long journey, the trembling of space as they were pulled across unimaginable distances, the fading heartbeat of their forgotten worlds. And yet, there is no sorrow here. The stars do not mourn what they have lost. In their quiet light, there is peace, a calm acceptance that everything in the universe finds a place eventually. Look around you now. In every direction, faint streaks of light cross the darkness. These are stellar streams, the ghostly trails left by the galaxies that once were. Their stars are still moving together, slowly tracing the orbits of their vanished homes. To astronomers, they are fossils of the past records of Andromeda's long history of growth. But to you, standing here in imagination's silence, they are something more. They are the handwriting of time itself, written in the language of light. Some of these stars are ancient beyond belief, formed in the earliest days of the universe. Their glow has dimmed with age, yet it endures. Others are younger, drawn here only recently, their brightness still sharp and clean. The mixture of old and new creates a strange harmony, like an orchestra where every note was played centuries apart, yet somehow the music still fits together. You might wonder what it feels like to be such a star, to be torn from one world and carried into another, to shine in solitude far from your birthplace. Perhaps it is not so different from the human experience of change. We too are often drawn away from what we know, shaped by invisible forces of love, loss, or destiny. We drift, sometimes feeling like strangers in our own lives, until one day we realize we have found a new home without even noticing when it happened. Like these stars, we are wanderers learning to belong again. The halo of Andromeda stretches far beyond what the eye can see, farther than the spiral arms, farther even than the imagination once dared to go. It is not empty. It is filled with memory, with fragments of countless galaxies that once touched and merged. Every faint sparkle out here is a survivor, a witness to creation's endless recycling. They remind us that nothing in the universe truly disappears. It only changes form. What was once separate becomes whole again. What was lost becomes found in another shape, another light. There is something deeply moving about this truth. It means that every part of Andromeda, the luminous core, the spiraling arms, and even this faint halo of forgotten stars exists because of union. The galaxy is not a single entity, but a gathering of many lives, many histories, all blended together into one luminous being. It is a family of light made from what the universe chose to bring together. If you could stretch your hand into this vastness, you would feel the stillness of eternity. The space between these lonely stars is immense, yet filled with invisible energy, with the faint hum of particles and magnetic fields that connect them. Andromeda's gravity binds them all no matter how far they wander. It is as if the galaxy itself refuses to let go, whispering through the dark. You belong to me now. Rest here. Shine in peace. The deeper you travel into the halo, the quieter the world becomes. There are no bright nebulae here, no grand clusters, only starlight and darkness woven together like a soft fabric. And yet even this emptiness holds meaning. It is the space that gives the galaxy its form, the silence between notes that makes the song possible. The forgotten stars are not outcasts. They are the margins of the story, the gentle frame that gives the whole its beauty. If you listen long enough, you may begin to feel something stir inside you, a sense of recognition, as if your own soul understands this place. Perhaps it is because, like these stars, you too carry fragments of what came before. You are made of borrowed atoms, the dust of ancient suns. You too have been gathered from the remnants of worlds long gone. And somewhere deep within your being, you carry the same truth that belonging does not depend on where you started, but on where your light continues to shine. In this quiet realm, time feels endless. The stars move so slowly that their orbits seem frozen, as though the universe itself is holding its breath. But they are not still, they are simply patient. Their journey is not measured in years, but in the pulse of eternity. And perhaps that is the greatest lesson of all, that nothing truly ends, it only takes its time. As you drift back toward the spiral arms, the light begins to grow stronger again. You can feel Andromeda's gravity guiding you home like a soft hand leading you through the dark. Behind you, the forgotten stars continue to shimmer, each one a note of remembrance in the galaxy's infinite song. They are not lost anymore. They are part of the grand harmony, their silence transformed into music that has no end. And as the galaxy's brighter lights begin to surround you once more, you realize that every corner of the universe, no matter how lonely, still shines with purpose. The forgotten stars were never forgotten at all. They were simply waiting for someone to notice their light. The image of the forgotten stars still lingers in your thoughts, their lonely glow suspended in the silence, their quiet faith in belonging. You remember how each one drifted far from its home, yet continued to shine, patient and steady, finding a new purpose within the vastness of Andromeda. Now, as we move closer again toward the luminous arms of the galaxy, something unseen begins to reveal itself, not through sight, but through feeling. Beneath all the light, beneath all the stars, there is something invisible that holds it all together. It has no shape, no color, no sound, yet without it, nothing would exist. It is the hidden soul of the universe, what scientists call dark matter, but what poets might call faith. At first glance, it seems strange to speak of something that cannot be seen. Our eyes are drawn to light, to the beauty of stars and glowing nebulae. But the truth of Andromeda, and indeed of all galaxies, is that most of its mass is invisible. Only about 1 in 10 parts of what exists shines. The rest, 90% or more, is hidden, wrapped around the galaxy in an unseen halo. It does not glow, yet it exerts an invisible force, a kind of silent embrace that keeps the stars from drifting apart. Without it, Andromeda's delicate spiral would unravel, scattering its arms like dust in the wind. As you drift through the galactic halo, you can sense it, this unseen presence, this quiet strength. It is everywhere and nowhere, filling space like an invisible ocean. Though you cannot touch it, you feel its gravity tugging gently at you, steady and calm. It moves not in haste, not with noise, but with patient certainty. In its silence lies the secret of endurance. Astronomers call it dark matter because they can only infer its existence from the way galaxies move. It neither emits nor reflects light, yet the evidence of its presence is undeniable. The stars at Andromeda's edges orbit far too fast for visible matter alone to hold them. Something unseen binds them, a vast, mysterious web of gravity reaching far beyond the glowing disk. It is as though the galaxy floats within a ghostly cocoon, supported by something that asks for no recognition, yet sustains everything. Pause for a moment, and let that thought settle in you, that the very thing which keeps the universe together is invisible. It is not loud, not obvious, but constant and faithful. Does it not sound like love or hope or trust, those invisible forces in our own lives that hold us steady when all else falls apart? We do not see them yet. We feel their pull. They give meaning to our existence just as dark matter gives form to the cosmos. As you drift deeper into this unseen sea, you begin to imagine the universe as an intricate tapestry. The bright threads, the stars and galaxies, are what we notice first, but beneath them lies a darker weave, invisible yet essential, holding the pattern in place. Without it, the light would have nowhere to rest. Every star, every world, every bit of radiance exists because something unseen has chosen to hold it. Think of Andromeda now, turning slowly in this great invisible cradle. Its luminous arms swirl gracefully, not in isolation, but supported by the vast framework of dark matter. The visible and the invisible, light and shadow, work together in perfect balance. One reveals, the other sustains. Together they create harmony. It's humbling to realize that what we see is only a small fraction of what truly exists. The night sky, for all its brilliance, is merely the surface of a much deeper reality. And perhaps that is true of life as well. Most of what matters cannot be seen: kindness, courage, forgiveness, faith. They are like dark matter in the soul, unseen but powerful, shaping everything around them. The scientists who study these mysteries often speak with wonder. They can measure its influence, but not its nature. They know it is there, yet cannot tell what it is made of. Some imagine that dark matter is composed of unseen particles. Others think it may be a sign of deeper laws still undiscovered. But perhaps on some level it simply reminds us that not all truths are meant to be seen. Some are meant to be felt, believed, trusted. As you float through this invisible ocean surrounding Andromeda, the light of the galaxy gleams faintly below, like a golden island in a sea of silence. The stars shimmer and spin, bound in their eternal dance, unaware of the invisible hands that hold them. You can feel the symmetry of it all, the balance between seen and unseen, sound and silence, existence and mystery. It is a reminder that every beautiful thing depends on something we cannot see. In the stillness, your thoughts begin to turn inward. Perhaps your life, too, is surrounded by invisible forces. The love that steadies you, the memories that guide you, the prayers whispered by those you've never met, all unseen, all real. Just as Andromeda rests in the arms of dark matter, so too do we rest in the quiet gravity of unseen grace. Let that awareness fill you now, slow and deep. The universe is not empty. It is full of presence. What you cannot see still shapes you. What you cannot touch still holds you. The dark is not the opposite of light. It is its partner, its protector. And in that partnership, there is peace. If you listen closely, you might imagine hearing the hum of this invisible structure, a vibration too low for human ears but felt by the soul. It is the heartbeat of the cosmos, steady and sure, unbroken across time. Every star in Andromeda moves to this rhythm. Every atom of your being vibrates to the same silent pulse. As you turn your gaze once more toward the glowing core, you understand the galaxy differently now. You see not only its beauty, but its foundation. Not only its light, but the love that holds it. The same balance exists in you. What is visible, the laughter, the tears, the moments others see, is sustained by what is hidden. The strength, the hope, the quiet will to keep going. The galaxy continues to spin graceful and unhurried, wrapped in the gentle embrace of the unseen. And as it turns, it whispers a truth older than time itself, that what you cannot see is often what matters most. You drift there for a while longer, weightless and calm, surrounded by the invisible. It feels like being held not by hands, but by something deeper. A presence that asks for nothing, that simply exists to keep everything whole. In this silence, you realize you are part of that same mystery. You too are made of light and of what lies beneath it. And as you breathe in this awareness, the stars of Andromeda shimmer softly, their glow carried by the quiet strength of the universe's invisible soul. The echo of the unseen still lingers within you, the quiet gravity that holds Andromeda together, the invisible strength that keeps its arms from drifting apart. You remember the way the stars moved within that invisible embrace, how their motion felt calm, guided, certain. But now, as we turn our gaze beyond the halo of the galaxy, something new begins to stir in the darkness. It is not silence this time, but a slow and patient approach. Another great galaxy glides through the cosmic sea toward Andromeda, our own. The Milky Way, home to all we have ever known, is moving closer with each passing second. What we are about to witness is not destruction, but destiny. The promise of two galaxies drawn together by love, written in the laws of the universe. From the edges of Andromeda's spiral, the Milky Way appears faint, a misty glow suspended across the void. It is 2.5 million light-years away, yet its gravity can already be felt. Like two tides drawn by the same moon, they are moving toward one another, pulled by a bond older than memory. The space between them is vast, an ocean of darkness that light itself takes millions of years to cross, but the pull is gentle, unstoppable, sure. Every moment that passes, the distance shrinks by hundreds of kilometers. Slowly, silently, two great beings move closer through eternity. Imagine watching this approach from the quiet outskirts of Andromeda. Over billions of years, the Milky Way grows brighter, no longer a distant smudge, but a magnificent spiral of its own, turning like a reflection of Andromeda across the cosmic sea. Two mirrors of creation facing each other, each carrying billions of stars, planets, and unknown worlds within their arms. The sight would be breathtaking, a slow waltz of light across a backdrop of infinite dark. Astronomers tell us that this meeting will happen 4 billion years from now, long after the Earth as we know it is gone. But in cosmic terms, that is soon. In the silent measure of the universe's time, the galaxies are already dancing their paths set long ago by forces that have no beginning and no end. When they finally touch, it will not be sudden or violent. It will be graceful, a merging of two vast spirals into one. Their stars will weave together like strands of silk, their dust clouds blending into rivers of gold and silver. It will be the most elegant union in the sky. At first, as they draw near, the edges of their halos will brush together. Invisible streams of dark matter will begin to intertwine, linking them before their stars ever meet. Then the outer arms will stretch, pulled into long arcs that bridge the space between them. For millions of years, gravity will sculpt their shapes into waves and ripples, as though the universe itself were painting with light. The two galaxies will pass through one another like ghosts, their stars slipping between the gaps, almost never colliding. It will look like chaos, but it will be harmony, the natural rhythm of creation unfolding. From a distant vantage point, the scene would be one of awe, two glowing spirals drifting together, their arms entangled in soft luminescence, the darkness between them alive with energy. The heavens will shimmer as gravitational tides send waves through clouds of dust, igniting bursts of star formation. Entire regions will blaze with new suns, young and brilliant, lighting up the cosmic night. From this dance of union will come rebirth, as if the universe itself were breathing out a new chapter of its story. Eventually, after the long embrace of billions of years, Andromeda and the Milky Way will settle into one. Their spirals will fade into a single rounded form, a vast elliptical galaxy glowing in serene balance. Astronomers have already given it a name, Milkomeda, or sometimes Milkdromeda, a blending of both. In that future sky, the night will never be truly dark. Every horizon will glow with starlight. For any beings who may one day gaze up from a distant planet, within that merged galaxy, their heavens will be a tapestry of brilliance, a reminder that what begins apart will in time always come together. It is a beautiful thought, isn't it? That the universe, vast and cold as it sometimes seems, is built upon connection. That even across unimaginable distances, every piece of creation is drawn toward another. It reminds us that gravity, this invisible force, is not so different from love. Both pull quietly without demand, binding together what was once separate. Both create harmony from distance, light from silence. In your own life too, there are galaxies slowly moving toward you. People, memories, moments you have yet to meet. Some approach quietly unseen, until one day you recognize their light. Others may already be part of your orbit, guiding you in ways you cannot yet measure, like Andromeda and the Milky Way. Every soul has its twin, a reflection moving through the dark, waiting for its destined meeting. And when paths finally cross, the result is not collision, but transformation. The thought that two galaxies, each carrying billions of lives, will one day merge into one, is a reminder that everything in the universe moves toward unity. What feels separate now is only waiting for its time to align. Every orbit, every turn of the stars is a step in that dance. Even chaos in the end becomes order. If you close your eyes, you can almost feel it, the gentle tug of that faraway future, the slow drift of the cosmos toward completion. The stars do not rush. They trust the rhythm of time. They know that what is meant to meet will find its way, even if it takes billions of years. As you drift here between these two great galaxies, you can sense the tenderness in their motion. There is no fear in their approach, no struggle, no resistance. They move as if guided by an ancient promise to meet, to merge, to create something greater than either could be alone. It is a promise written not in words, but in the fabric of the universe itself. A promise that echoes softly in every atom of your being. You realize then that you too are part of this same story. You are made of the dust of these galaxies, carried across time by their light. Their future is written within you as yours is within them. You are both the observer and the observed, both the light and the darkness that holds it. The Milky Way and Andromeda continue their approach steady and graceful, unhurried by time. Between them, the invisible bridge of gravity stretches, pulling gently, like the breath between heartbeats. And as the universe waits in silence, you understand this is not the story of an ending, but of fulfillment. It is the story of return of two lights finding their way home. And in that realization, the stars around you seem to pulse with quiet joy, as if they too know what it means to be drawn together by something unseen, yet certain, something infinite, something divine. The promise of two galaxies still glows softly in your thoughts. You remember their slow and graceful approach, Andromeda and the Milky Way drifting toward one another through a sea of stars, their destinies woven together by invisible threads of gravity. Now, in this chapter of their story, that promise begins to unfold. The waiting is over. The silence of the cosmos stirs with motion. Two immense spirals of light are about to meet. And from their union something wondrous will be born. At first it happens quietly, so quietly that no sound, if sound could exist in space, would ever reach the ear. The halos of the two galaxies touch long before their luminous arms do, merging their invisible fields. Then, slowly, the stars along their outer edges begin to stretch. Andromeda's spiral unfurls like a ribbon, reaching out across the dark. The Milky Way responds, its own arms drawn forward in kind. What follows is the most elegant of dances, one that will last hundreds of millions of years. The two galaxies glide toward each other, and when they finally overlap, the heavens bloom. Streams of light twist and intertwine, stars from one galaxy weaving through the other like brushstrokes on a cosmic canvas. From afar, it is breathtaking, a slow waltz of gold and blue, a luminous collision without violence. There is no chaos here, only transformation. The galaxies pass through one another, their stars mostly untouched, slipping through vast spaces of emptiness. But their shapes change, their arms bend and twist, their hearts shudder under the pull of new gravity. In the great darkness between them, something remarkable happens. Clouds of gas stirred by tidal forces collide and compress. In those collisions, new stars are born, billions of them filling the intergalactic space with newborn light. The universe, once silent, begins to shimmer with creation's song. Whole regions of the sky ignite like embers in a celestial forge. From these clouds will rise suns brighter than any before, illuminating planets that have yet to exist. Imagine watching this from the edge of the scene, suspended in the quiet distance. The two galaxies, each once a perfect spiral, now stretch into long, curving shapes. Their arms, once graceful and symmetrical, have become ribbons of light winding into the void. The centers draw nearer still, glowing like twin hearts about to meet. For a while they will circle one another, locked in an intimate orbit. They will pull, release, and pull again, as if testing the rhythm of their union. During this time, both galaxies will transform beyond recognition. Vast tidal tails will arc into the dark, flinging clusters of stars far from their origins. Some will drift into the deep void, never to return, tiny exiles of light destined to wander. Others will fall back into the merging core where gravity gathers them into new constellations. It is a dance of giving and taking, of scattering and reunion. And through it all, the light persists. Deep within their merging centers, the supermassive black holes, one from Andromeda, one from the Milky Way, begin their own slow approach. They spiral around each other, circling closer and closer, releasing waves of energy that ripple across space-time itself. If one could see those waves, they would look like the universe breathing. And when after eons the two finally join, their fusion will send a tremor through creation, an invisible heartbeat felt across billions of light years. But there is no destruction in this story. There is beauty. Every motion, every stretch of starlight, every collision of gas clouds adds to the grand design. The galaxies do not lose themselves. They evolve. What once were two spirals will in time become one vast and radiant ellipse, a new galaxy glowing softly in eternal equilibrium. Astronomers of the far future will call it Andromeda, the child of two giants. If you could stand upon a planet within that future galaxy, the night sky would no longer be a quiet field of distant pinpoints. It would blaze with rivers of light. Stars would appear in every direction, so close and numerous that shadows would almost cease to exist. Nebulae would swirl like painted clouds. You would live within the heart of creation itself. And yet, despite all this grandeur, there is something deeply tender in the thought of this cosmic embrace. The merging of two galaxies is not unlike the meeting of two souls. Each brings its own history, its own scars, its own light. They circle each other cautiously at first, pulled by forces beyond understanding. Then in time they merge, not to erase one another, but to become something more. They do not vanish. They become whole. Perhaps this is why the universe feels so familiar even in its vastness. It speaks to something within us, the longing to unite, to be known, to find home in another's gravity. Just as Andromeda and the Milky Way are destined to meet, so too do the lives of people drift toward one another through unseen forces of love, chance, and fate. We orbit, we collide, we change, and we are never quite the same afterward. But from every meeting, something new is born. As you watch the galaxies continue their dance, you can almost sense a kind of serenity beneath the motion. The stars seem to know what they are doing, guided by a wisdom that needs no words. There is no fear of loss here, only trust. Trust that even as they are torn and remade, the light will endure. Trust that creation in all its vastness is a continuous act of renewal. Billions of years from now, the two galaxies will have finished their merging. The spiral arms will be gone, replaced by soft glowing halos. The dark matter that once held them separately will now form a single, unified web. At the center, the fused black hole will rest in silence, surrounded by the light of 1 trillion suns. The newborn Andromeda will spin slowly like a candle floating on an endless sea. From this union, new stories will begin. New worlds will take shape around young stars, each one carrying the dust of both galaxies. Perhaps somewhere on a small blue planet, orbiting one of those stars, someone will one day look up at the sky and wonder, just as we do now, where it all began. And though they will never know your name, your atoms born from the stars of Andromeda and the Milky Way will still be there, glowing softly within them. The two galaxies continue their embrace, glowing brighter as their hearts align. The night becomes a living ocean of light, and in that glow lies a quiet truth that all things, stars, galaxies, people are made to find one another. The universe itself is love made visible, infinite and patient, drawing every scattered piece of light home again. The vision of two galaxies embracing still glows within you, the slow merging of Andromeda and the Milky Way, their spiraling arms entwined like two great rivers of light. You remember their gentle dance, their luminous collision that was not destruction but creation, not chaos but fulfillment. Now that dance reaches its quiet resolution. The long story of two galaxies becomes one. And in the tender stillness that follows, a new form emerges, a new home for countless stars, a new chapter in the book of eternity. This is the birth of Andromeda. The transformation begins in silence. The vast spirals that once defined both galaxies have softened their elegant arms, dissolving into wide streams of starlight. Over billions of years, gravity has sculpted the chaos into something new. A single rounded shape glowing softly like a pearl adrift in darkness. The galaxy no longer spins in delicate spirals. It breathes in calm balance. The turbulence has passed. The dance is done. The universe for a moment seems to rest. If you could drift here at the edge of this newborn creation, you would see a sight unlike any other. The stars are no longer bound to narrow arms. They are spread in every direction like seeds scattered across an infinite field. Each one shines with quiet dignity, part of a greater harmony. The light is warmer now, golden and serene, the color of memory and peace. Where once two galaxies pulsed with individual energy, now their light is blended into one radiant song. In the heart of Andromeda, the twin black holes that once lay at the centers of Andromeda and the Milky Way have found one another at last. Their long spiral of approach has ended, and now they rest as one, an immense invisible presence holding the galaxy in perfect balance. Around them, countless stars orbit in graceful arcs, their paths drawn by a force they cannot see, but will always obey. It is as though the entire galaxy breathes to their rhythm, inhaling and exhaling through the quiet pull of gravity. From this center, light flows outward like ripples in water. The glow softens as it moves through the galactic core, spreading into vast regions where new stars are born from clouds of gas and dust. These are the children of the Union, the first generation of stars to belong to Andromeda alone. They are young, bright, and full of promise, their energy filling the galaxy with renewed vitality. Around them, the remnants of older stars continue to shine, a cosmic family of youth and age, of beginnings and continuations. If you could stand on a planet circling one of these new suns, your night sky would be breathtaking. The heavens would blaze with light. The stars would seem close enough to touch their glow, so abundant that darkness would feel like a gentle veil rather than an abyss. Nebulae would swirl across the sky like painted clouds, and the horizon would shimmer faintly, as if the air itself remembered what it was to be starlight. Every direction you looked, you would see the evidence of creation, a reminder that beauty often follows great transformation. The galaxy itself now moves with a different kind of rhythm. The spirals are gone, replaced by soft circular motion, slower, deeper, more meditative. It feels as if the universe has exhaled after a long, patient breath. In that stillness, there is wisdom. The new galaxy does not hurry. It simply exists, luminous and content, as though it understands that creation was never about perfection, but about becoming. Milkomeda's light stretches farther than either of its parents once did. Its halo reaches into the darkness like a soft whisper, fading only when it meets the vast emptiness between clusters. The nearby galaxies, once distant spectators, now appear faint and small. Milkomeda stands as a solitary beacon, a symbol of unity, of endurance, of the power of time to turn even collision into harmony. If you listen closely, you can almost hear the hum of its being. It is not sound, but resonance, a deep, steady vibration that seems to echo through your very chest. It is the voice of creation itself, calm and eternal, reminding you that everything in existence is part of a cycle: expansion, convergence, transformation, rest. The universe is not a single story, but an endless symphony, each note leading seamlessly to the next. There is a kind of divine simplicity in the birth of this new galaxy. The chaos that came before was necessary. The collisions, the stretching of arms, the scattering of stars. Without it, there could be no peace, no beauty like this. Even destruction in the universe is only a doorway to a new form of life. What seems like an ending is only the beginning of a quieter, more complete creation. As Milkomeda settles into its shape, its light becomes steady and deep. Its stars age slowly, their fuel lasting longer in the calm gravity of this balanced world. The bursts of new star formation fade as equilibrium returns. The galaxy becomes like a grand cathedral of light, majestic, silent, filled with the soft glow of eternity. And somewhere within that vast expanse, the atoms that once made up our world continue to travel. The carbon in your body, the oxygen in your lungs, the iron in your blood. They all began in stars that burned within the Milky Way and Andromeda. Now they are part of Milkomeda, recycled and reborn, carried through the cosmic winds to form new worlds, new lives, new dreams. Nothing is ever lost. Everything is transformed. Perhaps this is what the universe has been whispering all along, that every collision, every change, every moment of letting go leads toward something greater. That creation does not end when things fall apart. It continues, reshaped, renewed. In the quiet glow of Milkomeda, you can feel this truth as clearly as light upon your skin, that the universe is not built from permanence, but from connection, not from perfection, but from love. As you drift farther from the galaxy, its golden light fades into the distance, becoming a single shimmering ellipse against the darkness. And yet, even from afar, it still radiates peace, a reminder that even after unimaginable turmoil, the universe always finds balance again. The stars of Milkomeda shine softly like the steady heartbeat of creation pulsing across time. And as you watch it spin, you understand this is not just the story of galaxies, but of everything that lives, breathes, and changes. The light that forms the chaos that reshapes the calm that follows it is the rhythm of all existence. The Milky Way and Andromeda may have vanished into one another, but their light lives on, eternal, united, whispering across eternity. From two, there is always one. From one, there will always be light. The calm radiance of Andromeda still lingers in your mind, the soft golden glow of a galaxy. At peace, its chaos settled, its stars breathing in slow unison. You remember how two immense spirals once collided and became one, how light found new balance after eons of transformation. But as the new galaxy turns gently in the vast sea of space, something else surrounds it, an ocean of quiet company. Andromeda is not alone. Beyond its halo, scattered across the dark, dwell countless companions, silent and unseen. They are the invisible neighbors of light. If you could drift beyond Andromeda's edge, past its faint, shimmering halo of old stars, you would find yourself in a realm where darkness rules. Yet it is not empty. The space between galaxies is alive with whispers, the soft glow of distant clusters, the flicker of faint dwarfs, the quiet shimmer of globular clusters orbiting like pearls on invisible strings. These small companions, though often overlooked, are vital threads in the great cosmic fabric. They remind us that even in isolation, there is communion. Around Andromeda, dozens, perhaps hundreds of these dwarf galaxies wander, each one a modest island of stars. Some are bright enough to see through a telescope, others hide in the shadows, their light too faint to reach us. They are the survivors of a grand past, fragments of galaxies that once were. Many were captured long ago, pulled into Andromeda's orbit during its birth. They circle slowly, obedient to gravity's patient call, like fireflies drawn to a lantern in the night. Each of these tiny galaxies holds its own story. Some are ancient, made of stars so old that their light carries the memory of the early universe. Others are younger, formed from gas torn loose during the merging of Andromeda and the Milky Way. Together, they create a kind of celestial choir, soft, humble voices surrounding a brilliant heart. They are not as bright as Andromeda's core, but their quiet harmony adds depth to the song of the cosmos. As you float among them, the distances stretch vast and silent. Between each small galaxy lie millions of light-years of empty space. Yet gravity keeps them bound, their invisible threads woven into the same web of existence. It is a gentle reminder that connection does not require closeness. Even in separation there is belonging. The universe binds everything with unseen ties, stronger than distance, stronger than time. Somewhere far below, clusters of stars shimmer like ancient jewels. These globular clusters, densely packed and spherical, orbit Andromeda's outskirts in silent precision. Each cluster holds hundreds of thousands of stars, old, steady, unhurried. They have witnessed the births and deaths of galaxies. They have drifted through cosmic winters and summers. Their light is the color of wisdom, pale and golden. From their vantage point, they see the galaxy not as something separate, but as part of the eternal cycle, one more glow among countless others. If you listen closely, you can almost feel the rhythm of their motion, the slow, patient circling of ancient suns around the galactic crown. It is a rhythm of stillness, a dance that requires no audience, no applause. Their movement is purpose itself, an echo of the order that underlies all chaos. And beyond these companions, farther still, the dark deepens. Out there, faint filaments of matter connect Andromeda to the wider universe like roots of light stretching through the void. The universe, vast as it is not scattered chaos, but a web-thin, glowing strands of galaxies bound together in quiet geometry. Each node of this web, each cluster of light, is a community. And Andromeda, for all its splendor, is just one voice in that great cosmic chorus. Astronomers call this immense structure the cosmic web. To the human imagination, it looks like a vast nervous system, threads of light pulsing with the energy of life. Galaxies are the cells, clusters are the organs, and dark matter is the invisible tissue that holds it all together. It is the architecture of creation itself, a testament to how everything, no matter how far apart, is connected by a single underlying harmony. From your place among the faint galaxies, you begin to feel small, not in the sense of insignificance, but in the way one feels small before the ocean or the stars. It is a comforting smallness, a realization that you are part of something grander than comprehension. The same forces that keep Andromeda and its companions in balance also hold the atoms in your body together. The same invisible harmony that moves galaxies through space beats quietly within your heart. You begin to understand that the universe does not divide itself into the seen and unseen, the large and small. Everything mirrors everything else. The pattern of a galaxy reflects the pattern of a cell. The rhythm of a star mirrors the rhythm of a breath. The cosmos is not out there, it is within, flowing through every heartbeat, every thought, every act of wonder. As you drift deeper into reflection, you imagine the inhabitants of future worlds within Andromeda looking up at their skies. They will see these same clusters and companions glowing faintly at the edges of their vision. They will give them names, build myths, write songs about them. They will wonder, as we do now, what lies beyond, and whether the light that reaches them carries memories of another age. Perhaps in some small way their curiosity will be the continuation of ours, a thread of thought stretching across eons. The invisible neighbors of light continue their slow orbits, serene and faithful. Their patience is infinite, their motion unbroken. And through them, the galaxy's balance endures. Andromeda is not a solitary being, but part of a vast kinship of light, each member giving gravity to the others, each whispering its own part of the universal hymn. You realize as you watch that this is how existence works. No soul stands entirely alone. Each life, like each galaxy, is encircled by unseen companions, memories, dreams, people who have touched us and drifted away, yet still pull gently at our hearts. We may think ourselves solitary, but we are always part of a constellation. In the soft glow of Andromeda's companions, there is a profound peace. They remind us that even the smallest lights have meaning, that even the faintest glow adds to the beauty of the whole. The universe thrives not only in its grandest creations, but in its quiet, steadfast ones, the dim stars, the hidden clusters, the invisible bonds. And as you drift farther from the galaxy, looking back upon Andromeda and its family of light, You understand that this harmony, the unity of all things seen and unseen, is the true essence of the cosmos. It is not a story of separation, but of belonging. It is the same truth written in every atom, every star, every human heart. Nothing shines alone. The quiet harmony of Andromeda's companions still echoes within you, the way faint galaxies, star clusters, and hidden filaments wove themselves into one vast web of belonging. You remember how even the smallest lights found their place in the great design, how nothing in the universe truly stood alone. Now, from the cosmic silence that surrounds this galactic symphony, your vision begins to turn inward, back toward the beings who across the ages have always looked up at the stars and wondered what it all means. The story now comes home to us, to humanity, and to the enduring mystery of what it means to gaze upon the infinite and find oneself reflected there. Imagine standing beneath a night sky unpolluted by cities or noise, perhaps on a wind-swept mountain or a quiet desert plain. The stars stretch endlessly above you, spilling across the heavens like powdered light. You tilt your head back, and for a moment, the world below disappears. What remains is a sense of pure stillness. The same stillness that once surrounded Andromeda, that now lives within Andromeda. The same stillness that has spoken to human hearts since the dawn of time. For thousands of years, humankind has sought meaning in that sky. Long before telescopes or science, before we knew of galaxies or gravity, we looked up and saw stories written in light. We drew lines between the stars and called them constellations, maps of our imagination. Bridges between heaven and earth. In the stars we saw heroes and monsters, gods and lovers, omens and promises. We turned the sky into a mirror of our hopes and fears, believing that somewhere in those distant fires there must be a purpose greater than our own. And perhaps we were not wrong, for even now, as we understand more, the mystery only deepens. The light from Andromeda, which once reached our ancestors' eyes as a faint blur, has now become an emblem of our search for understanding. It taught us humility, that we are small, and wonder that we are part of something immeasurably vast. Each new discovery, from Hubble's revelation to the discovery of dark matter and the merging of galaxies, has expanded not only our knowledge but our awe. Science has not silenced the poetry of the stars. It has made it more profound. If you could gather all the people who have ever lived and stand them beneath one sky, you would see that same upward gaze repeated in every face. The shepherd in ancient Mesopotamia, the philosopher in Greece, the astronomer with his brass telescope, the child standing in a backyard tonight, all share the same instinct to look up. It is as if some deep part of us remembers where we came from. The atoms in our bodies were forged in stars. The calcium in our bones, the iron in our blood, the carbon in our breath, all once burned in the hearts of suns that lived and died long before the earth was born. When we look up, we are not reaching outward, but homeward. That realization carries both comfort and responsibility. If we are made of stardust, then the universe is not something separate from us. It is the body of which we are a living thought. Every breath we take, every heartbeat, every act of kindness or cruelty ripples through that cosmic fabric. We are not simply observers of creation, we are participants in it. The stars may seem distant, but they exist within us as surely as we exist within them. Throughout history, humanity's relationship with the sky has changed. Once it was a source of myth and prophecy. Then it became a field of study, a place of measurement and mathematics. Today it is both a realm of science and spirit of knowledge and mystery. We send machines to orbit other worlds, yet still whisper prayers beneath the same sky that guided our ancestors. The tools have changed, but the yearning remains. What we seek in the galaxies above is not only understanding, but belonging. A reminder that we are part of something that transcends time and space. Perhaps this is why stargazing so often quiets the soul. In a world filled with noise and urgency, the night sky offers perspective. Its silence is not empty. It is full of meaning. When we look up, our worries grow smaller, our hearts slower. The universe does not rush, and in its rhythm, we remember how to breathe again. The stars teach us patience. They remind us that every process, whether the forming of a galaxy or the healing of a heart, takes time. And yet there is also a sweetness in our smallness. To realize that we are tiny, fleeting, and fragile does not diminish us. It sanctifies us. Against the scale of the cosmos, every moment of love, every act of creation becomes infinitely precious. Our lives, though brief, are expressions of the same energy that keeps galaxies turning. When we hold someone's hand, when we forgive, when we dream, we are continuing the work of the stars. It is no coincidence that in every language the word light carries both physical and spiritual meaning. To see light is to see understanding, to feel warmth, to know presence. Across time, humanity has prayed for light, sought light, become bearers of it. Even as we travel farther into the universe, building telescopes that can see back to the dawn of creation, the deepest truth remains the simplest, that to live with love and awareness is to shine. Imagine now that same shepherd from ancient times standing under the open sky. He looks up at the stars and feels small, yet somehow complete. The constellations whisper stories to him, stories of courage, faith, longing. Thousands of years later, a modern astronomer looks through a telescope and sees those same stars. The myths have changed, but the wonder is the same. Both are listening to the same song sung across time, the music of existence itself. And perhaps that is the true gift of the heavens. They unite us. No matter who we are or where we live, the stars belong to everyone. They cross no borders, they speak no language, and yet they tell the same story to every heart willing to look up. They remind us that beyond our differences, beyond our fears and ambitions, we share one sky and one origin. We are children of light, each carrying within us a spark of that first great fire that set the cosmos alight. So tonight, as you stand beneath the stars, whether in memory or in imagination, let yourself feel that connection. The galaxies spin far above, yes, but they also turn within you. The same forces that move them move your heart. The same balance that holds them steady calls you toward peace. When humanity looks up, it is not just to seek knowledge but to remember what it truly is, a part of the infinite capable of both wonder and creation. And as you close your eyes, letting that thought settle deep within you, the night becomes not a place of darkness but of quiet illumination. The stars shine not only above, but within. You are, and have always been, a piece of the cosmos remembering its own light. The memory of humanity looking up still glows softly within you. The shepherd beneath the ancient sky, The astronomer at his telescope, the quiet child tracing stars with their eyes. You remember how every generation in its own way found peace in the same vastness. How every gaze toward the heavens became a prayer without words. And now, as the story draws toward its close, your journey through Andromeda, the Milky Way, and the birth of Milkomeda turns inward again. For after all the stars have been born and burned, after all the light has traveled across eternity, what remains is not silence, but a single steady rhythm, the breath of the universe, which has always been, and will always be, your own. Close your eyes for a moment, and listen. Beneath every sound, the ticking of time, the faint hum of your heartbeat, there is a deeper stillness. That stillness is not emptiness, it is the pulse of existence itself. It is the same quiet pulse that moves galaxies across the dark, that carries starlight through the void, that keeps every atom dancing in harmony. It is the universe breathing. Inhale, and you draw in the dust of ancient stars. Exhale, and you give yourself back to the same infinity that gave you birth. If you could step outside of time, you would see this rhythm everywhere. Galaxies expanding and fading, stars igniting and cooling, worlds forming and crumbling, all of it part of the same cosmic respiration. Creation is the inhale, destruction the exhale, and between the two lies the peace of being. Nothing in the universe is truly lost. It only changes form, carried from one breath to the next. The light of Andromeda still shines, even after merging with the Milky Way. The atoms of old worlds still drift through space, waiting to become part of something new. And the spark that lives within you, the awareness, the capacity to wonder, is the echo of that eternal flow. As you imagine this, you begin to understand that life itself is a reflection of the cosmos. The rhythm of your lungs mirrors the expansion and contraction of galaxies. The beat of your heart keeps time with the orbit of stars. When you breathe, you participate in something immeasurably larger, a living connection between the human and the divine, between the dust and the light. You are not separate from the universe. You are its voice, whispering itself into awareness. Throughout this long journey, you have seen the universe in all its forms, chaotic and serene, vast and intimate. You have drifted among the spiral arms of Andromeda, watched stars born from clouds of fire, followed light across millions of years, witnessed galaxies embrace and become one. And now, after all the movement, all the discovery, you arrive where everything began, the still point at the center of all things. It is here that the universe speaks, not in explosions or colors, but in silence. It is here that you understand that the greatest truth of existence is not found in the stars, but in the stillness between them. If you could hover there between breaths, you would feel a perfect peace. Not the peace of ending, but the peace of completeness. The quiet joy of knowing that everything is connected, everything is necessary, everything belongs. The galaxies swirl, the stars burn, and yet nothing is hurried. Even the most violent supernova is only another exhalation in the great breathing of eternity. Time itself seems to fold inward until past and future meet in a single infinite now. Perhaps this is what the mystics have always known when they spoke of eternity, not an endless stretch of time, but the awareness that all of time exists at once, that every light ever shone still shines, and every life ever lived still matters. The photon that left Andromeda 2 million years ago still travels onward. The breath you take now will join the air of future worlds. The love you give today will ripple across generations, unseen but enduring. The universe forgets nothing. It carries every spark within its infinite lungs. If you listen deeply enough, you can feel this breath moving through you even now. Inhale slowly and feel how the air fills not just your chest, but your entire being. Exhale and imagine releasing every worry, every fear, every small thought that once weighed you down. What remains is light. What remains is the quiet knowing that you are and always have been part of the eternal rhythm. The stars that surround you fade gently into the distance. You are not falling, nor are you rising. You are floating within the pulse of creation itself. The galaxies no longer seem separate, the boundaries between you and them dissolve. You are the breath, and the breath is you. You are the light that travels through space, the silence between heartbeats, the stillness that holds the universe together. You are everything that has ever been, and everything that will ever be condensed into this single sacred moment. In this awareness, you realize that even sleep, that small nightly surrender, is a mirror of the universe's rhythm. We breathe in the day, we breathe out into rest. And in that stillness, we are remade. Each night, we return to the silence from which we came, only to awaken again renewed, as the stars themselves do after their long burning. Sleep is not an escape from life. It is its echo, its affirmation. It reminds us that rest is not the opposite of motion, but part of the same cycle that keeps the cosmos alive. So as you lie beneath the imagined sky of Andromeda, let your body grow heavy and your breath slow. Feel the invisible weight of the stars pressing gently upon you, not as a burden, but as a comfort. You are being held by the same forces that cradle galaxies. The air that moves through your lungs is the same that once filled the void between stars. You are the universe at rest, breathing in rhythm with eternity. Soon thought itself begins to dissolve. The words fade. The galaxies drift quietly away. What remains is only light, soft, infinite, tender. You are no longer watching the universe. You are part of its dreaming. You are its heartbeat, its whisper, its sacred breath. And as you sink into that silence, as your breathing deepens and steadies, you hear it once more, the gentle exhale of the cosmos, the sigh of everything that is and ever was, whispering softly across the distance. Rest now. You are home.